Yes, sir. Hey, everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control. It is Monday, January 8th, 2024. Welcome to Kruse Control, the home of entertainment news. I am your host, as always, Brian Kruse. Welcome, everybody. Happy Monday. We're back on a Monday. It's the first Monday of 2024, and we're here live with you on Kruse Control, having a great time. It's not hump day. It's Monday. It's still a great day. It's still a very nice day. I still love it pretty much, I gotta say. And it wouldn't be a Monday, There's a lot of us here. It's going to be a great night. You can get a lot of great people back. It's been a long time seeing live people, but also joining me back, as always, is my lovely co-host, Miss Sabrina Vittori. Sabrina, welcome back to Kruse Control. How are you doing, Sabrina? Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. How are you?
I'm doing fantabulous, I guess. I'll say that. Why not? It's Monday.
Fantabulous. I like it.
Yeah, it sounds like something. How's your weekend?
Sounds like
Good
something.
Stuff? You conquer a mountain, you climb a tree, and did you find some shells in the ocean? What happened?
I did none of those things, but I did put in a very full day at work and then stopped at the store to get stuff to make for the dogs after this is over. So I was very productive today. That's all. I didn't climb a tree or a mountain, and I definitely didn't find any shells by the ocean, but I should carve out time for all of those activities.
It has to happen eventually. It's a new year. It's a new day. It's got to happen. Come on.
2024, the year of climbing shit. Okay, just so everyone knows.
Shit. What's up, GR? Good to see you, man. Climb some shit. And and it is Monday.
Hi,
and it's a new year again. And it wouldn't be a Monday. I'm going to steal this from Sean. It wouldn't be a Monday, everybody, if we didn't have Miss Rachel Blakely back here, the queen of Mondays. Rachel, how you doing? Welcome back to Kruse Control. Happy Monday.
I'm doing great. I'm not Garfield, so I love Mondays. We're having a good time here.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. It's going to be a good Monday. You have a good weekend. How's life been?
It's been going good. It's a little bit chilly with this beautiful winter we're having here, but we're getting through it. We're staying warm. We're having a great time.
Nice. Well, we'll get through it. Winter will be done before you know it. Spring is coming. But also joining us back here, too. Again, it's been a few weeks. Happy holidays to him. If you haven't checked it out, check out IPA Sessions podcast, the man himself. Kicking all ass in the interviews, having a good time, and just spreading the word about all these different jobs in the entertainment industry and all walks of life. Everybody, welcome back to Kruse Control, Mr. K. Jacob. Jacob, welcome back. Hi, man. What's going on, man? How's it going?
Hey, thanks for having me back. I love being here on Mondays as well. It's been great. I had a wonderful holiday vacation. I went down to Louisiana to visit my folks. Took the kid down there to see Mammy and all them, and had Christmas with the family, and then kicked off my new year with my friends back home. So back in LA now, back to work. It's been great, man.
Back to work.
It's a good 2024 so far.
Everything's starting to move again, right? Shows are coming back. Jobs are coming back. People are getting back to work. It's kind of nice.
Yeah.
It's been a long time.
Shaking off the vacation stuff, getting back into the groove.
Shake it off there, K. Jacob. Shake it off. Get in there and kick some ass. I know you've been ready. So we've all been talking about this for a long time. Definitely ready.
Oh,
but we have one more person. I don't know if you've been with him before on this show before, but he's another great friend of the show. He's been a longtime viewer, longtime friend, and he works as a post-production audio engineer. He's been gone for a minute, but now he's back again, everybody. And you got to say hi to Mr. Brandon Oldsberg. Brandon, welcome back to Kruse Control, man. How you doing?
Hey, I'm good. Thank you for having me. I'll be with you any day that ends in Y, so I appreciate it.
Yes. I love those days in Y. They're great. Aren't they great?
Aren't they so great? Yeah.
How you been since the strike stuff's been ended and done? Has this been good for you? I know you've been pretty busy last time I talked to you.
Yeah, I mean, keeping busy. Anytime I have off, I kind of like try to volunteer. I don't like to stay still. I'm just kind of I if I do, I go insane. So yeah, no, anything that comes up, I'll definitely say yes to. So I appreciate it for me.
Yeah. Well, it's good. I'm so happy to see you've been busy. I'm happy to hear you've been busy and good and working. Everyone looks great today for a Monday. You know, I know we sometimes go back and forth about Mondays are tough, but Mondays are fun. It's a new week. It's great. Peppy, right? Peppy, you're excited about the new week?
Can't wait for the weekend.
Damn, Peps. Come on, man. It's Monday only. It's Monday, man. Calm down. Okay, calm down.
Welcome to Kruse Control. Pep star getting it in. I love these people out here. They're passionate about what they do.
It's true. Yeah, everybody is. It is, Pep. So thank you for being here. Appreciate
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control as always. Again, happy Monday. And we have a lot to talk about tonight. Of course, the Golden Globes just went down. We're going to definitely get into that, what we think was
Yeah.
good about all that production. We're going to talk about Jonathan Majors a little bit because some shit went down with him just today. You know, another video came out. He's talking about his side of the story. And there's a lot of
He
stuff
won't
happening.
go away.
He will not go away. No, he doesn't. I don't think he wants to go away, and that's the whole thing. And of course, he doesn't want to go away. He just want to stop. He's lost that Kang money, but we'll talk about all that stuff tonight because again, it wouldn't be another day of the week unless there was a lot of things happening. When a lot of things happening, we take all that stuff, we compile into one big montage. We talk about it. It's called Some Breaking News. Come on. All right, the very first thing I want to talk about tonight is Minx, everybody, because Minx is officially finally canceled. I want to say finally, if you're a friend of the show, if you love that show, it must suck tremendously, but we've been talking about this for a few weeks. The writing's been on the wall. It went to Stars after Max. It, wasn't doing as well. The audience wasn't picking up. They were hoping for a season 3, but once it ended, and the writer's strike, and the actor's strike, and everything else, we heard word it was probably be canceled. It was officially canceled today. So if you were excited about maybe seeing more Minx in your life, you got to go out in Hollywood Boulevard or something to find some Minx. You can't watch it on TV anymore. So unfortunately for that, but Minx is done. And a show if you did love is coming back is Bookie. Bookie's coming back. And of course, Chuck Lorre's show is coming back. Can I say it? Chuck Lorre, his shows always go. And they keep going and going and going. This is his first time for a show on Max. And Charlie Sheen came back for this too, which is nuts. After the whole 2.5 Men dilemma that went down, they apparently made up, and he's been on this show. He did the first episode and the last episode, maybe being more. But it's about a veteran bookie who must fight to survive the legalization of sports gambling, increasingly unstable clients, and fast-paced life in Los Angeles. So I think Charlie Sheen knows a lot about all of that. Probably the bookie is, they got to throw in some Tiger Blood too, then it'd be good. But yeah, and this sounds like more of a role I think that Gerard Butler would play. But whatever, Gerard Butler's also news for going back to How to Train Your Dragon. Now, he did all 3 movies in the animated series, and now he's coming into the live action form. He's be playing the same character. He's playing his father again, moving forward, and it makes sense. Like, if you can get the same person, of course, to play this and actor like him, I would see him coming back no problem. But these live action, like animated live action comment or movies coming forward, like we talked about Moana, like if you can get those people and they're great in the cartoons, why not bring them to the actual live action version? They are with Gerard Butler, so good for him. He's probably very excited to be coming back. Give him access to a Pepe soundboard. Hey, Pepe is not a soundboard. Pepe is a person. Pepe is a person and a friend of the show, and Pepe doesn't like being told he's a soundboard. That's all I'm saying, Zach. Right, Pep Star? Come on, man. Come on. You can't do that.
No control in the
Definitely
Pep
not
Star.
a person, but
There's no
beautiful
controlling the Pep
creature.
Star. Oh yeah, it's very true. It's very true. But somebody else that's it is. But Gerard Butler might be going to this world, but somebody that's actually going to take a step back for a while is Michael Bolton, because Michael Bolton had a brain tumor. This just came out. He had a brain tumor. He found out right before the holidays, and he had to cancel all of his dates for this year. He's stepping away. He's like, sorry guys, I just can't do this. He said just before the holidays, I was discovered that I had a brain tumor, which required immediate surgery. The surgery's done. Thanks to an incredible medical team. The surgery was a success. So now he is going to be sitting back. I mean, he's 70 years old. He's going to recoup and hopefully get back to singing about Jack Sparrow out in a ship somewhere in the ocean, because that's what I want to hear. But who knows? Hopefully he bounces right back and he comes back to work, because I love him. He's a great actor. He's an all right actor. He's a great singer. He's a great singer for sure. He's one of my favorite, but also one of my favorites when I was a kid. And they come and they go and they come and they go is Rage Against the Machine. And now Rage Against the Machine is saying they're officially done for the third time, everybody, third time. So if you heard about this, they just keep going back and forth about it. But the drummer came forward, Brad Wilk, and he's one of the original members, and he was pretty much like, if you bought tickets, you're expecting to see more tickets for Rage Against the Machine or these tour dates coming back, don't expect it to happen anytime soon. It's actually at all, because we're done. This is officially it, and he wishes everybody happiness, but unfortunately Rage Against the Machine is done. And you know what? 3 times, maybe the third time's the charm. Maybe it really is done. But I gotta tell you, somebody who is raging against the machine right now is Christopher Nolan, because he's still fighting about the Peloton stuff right now. Peloton Gate is still going, everybody. Have you haven't heard about the Peloton Gate? He was out there on his Peloton, and the instructor, well, we know who this is now because she came forward and apologized to him. Her name is Jen Sherman. She was like, I just watched this 3.5-hour movie of Christopher Nolan's, and I hate it. I want my money. I want my time back. I can't get my life back. And she's complaining, and he's working out and hearing this. So then she later found out that he did hear this, and then she apologized, and she said, hey, you can come to my class, critique me, have a great time. Anytime you want, you'll sit in the front row, and I promise you it'll be an instantly insult-free environment, and let me know. I'll take up any time. And Nolan just pretty much said, it's cute. Yeah, it's cute. But then Nolan says, he goes, I might just skip it for a while. But thank you for your concern. I was like, oh shit. Oh shit! No, Nolan's hurting from this shit. He's like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to be involved with this. I mean, whatever. I mean, it's a fun thing, but it's kind of funny because he just been in the limelight right now. He just won Best Director last night. There's a lot happened with him. I love him as director, but very famous other director, writer also is Judd Apatow. And Judd Apatow might be getting a little bit of slack right now because he's talking about Barbie, and he's like, guys, I don't think Barbie should be nominated for what? For Best Adapted Screenplay for a feature film. Now, he's saying this is an original film, original piece, original script. It shouldn't be in the adapted category. And his exact words were, it's insulting to the writers to say they're working off existing material. There's no existing material or story. There was a clear box. So, yes, I think he's standing up for the writers, too. Yep. But also, it's like, to me, it's like, I don't understand, like, I get it. Material. I don't understand how it fell into that category, but I feel like he's probably getting some backlash from this because people love Barbie, and honestly, be careful what you say about Barbie. It's
he's
tough.
Standing up for Barbie, and he's a genius. They can fuck off.
Hopefully, everything.
Those takes are getting hot already.
That's right.
Getting hot.
Sorry. I'll save my hot take. I apologize.
Hot takes are creeping in. Hot takes are creeping in. Another hot take is Cher. She did not get the conservatorship with her son. Didn't happen, everybody. So if you heard about that, we talked about that last week for her son, Elijah Blue Allman. She said that she needs to step in there. She needs to be representing him, taking care of his money because he's going to lose everything. Well, the judge said, no, it's not going to happen. Judge Jessica, and I can't pronounce this judge's name, Uzakguai. That's what I'll say. Not right at all. So it was like, no way. In LA, they're going to get this. So unfortunately, Cher will not get the conservatorship. Now, she's trying to appeal it, but I don't think it's going to work out. We'll see. I mean, it's so tough right now. There's always these complaints. There's always things happening. There's always legalities. There's so much, like, again, one of the things I hate talking about, we hear every day recently in Hollywood is sexual allegation. And another thing we talked about was Paul Abdul last week. When Paul Abdul was telling us about Nigel Lithgow. Well, it came forward. Now he's stepping down because of these allegations from So You Think You Can Dance, season 18. So he came forward. He's not going to be an EP on this anymore. He's not going to be a judge on this anymore because of this. Said he's voluntarily stepping away because he doesn't want the show to suffer with these allegations. And of course, Paul Abdul said this, and then another Jane Doe came forward and said this. So it makes sense he's stepping down. Of course he's going to step down. This is too much. I just think, I don't know. I mean, it's too much to be trying to be somebody part of this when you know you're going to hurt the product. But it also is too much to me. And this is too much. I didn't see this movie yet, but Saltburn, everybody. Saltburn, everyone's going crazy about Saltburn. But here's the thing about this. There's this whole sequence in a cemetery. And this was all improv, apparently. And this whole sequence, now, Barry Kerrigan was supposed to just lay down on this grave and, like, put his finger in the ground, like, to be like, I love you. That's what I'm going to do, put my finger in the ground, like I guess I'm having sex with my finger, whatever. Apparently, he said, I'm going to do a take where I'm going to just be the character and see what happens. So then he got naked and started fucking the grave with his penis. So that happened.
What is this movie?
I know. I mean, last week we were talking about how there's like licking up someone's semen in a bathtub. This week we're talking about him fucking a grave. I don't know what this movie is. I've been hearing people are shocking
I'm
somebody.
definitely going to watch it now.
There's
I
a
need to go
lot
watch
happening.
this movie.
I mean, there's some.
I like how you specified that he was fucking the ground with his penis.
I'm just saying it wasn't.
We need to know what he was using.
It wasn't his finger. It wasn't his finger. That's all the facts. Breaking news is about the facts, Sabrina. It's about the facts. It's about the facts.
Right.
And the facts. The facts.
I couldn't have lived without the information.
I know, but his co-star too, Jacob Elordi, is also going to be starring in the new Frankenstein movie for Guillermo del Toro. Was supposed to be Andrew Garfield attached to that. Now Andrew Garfield can't do it because of all the writer's strike and everything went down. The actor's strike. He has different commitments. He can't do it. So we got Jacob coming in from Saltburn, who got his grave fucked by Joker. So that's a lot of breaking news, everybody. A lot of breaking news, I gotta say. So it's a lot going on. But I think this is the first time Brandon's been here for the new hot take section. I think, right? Have you seen them? Have you seen the hot takes?
Oh yeah,
of course. So I'm excited to see what you're gonna do with this, but I'm excited for all your hot takes. One of my funnest times of the show. It's just a lot of fun. So this is that time, everybody. If you've never been here before, it's that time where we put a minute on the clock and everyone gets to break down all of the breaking news and what we like to call everybody their hot takes. Come on, let's get it. All right, now it's time for those hot takes. Now, again, like I said, I'm gonna put this bomb clock up there, and the bomb clock itself. I think I might push the button again. I don't know if I've just messed that up. I'm doing a lot tonight. I don't know what's happening tonight. It's been a night, so I think I just played the hot takes thing again. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. Who knows? That's not fun.
I love it.
I think we're possessed tonight. I think the hot takes music just wants to play all night, so that's what it is. But hot takes, everybody. So hot takes is that time where I put a minute on the clock, and all the breaking news has to be broken down in 1 minute for all of our guests and our fabulous co-hosts here to give their hot takes for all the breaking news in a minute. If they don't, the bomb goes off, their time is done, and they can't talk about anything else. If it was Friday, I'd say drink. If it's Monday, that's up to you to judge, to say who does the best job, who failed, who didn't, and who wins hot takes today. So it's time for them hot takes. I'm very excited about it. And as always, as we've been doing, Sabrina, as a co-host, who do you think should go for the hot takes? Because again, I'm gonna pawn this off to you and see what you think. You can go first yourself, or you can give it to somebody else.
Okay, Jacob.
Whoop, whoop. Let's do it.
You feeling good about this?
I'm good. Let's do it.
Oh,
He couldn't wait. He was so eager. He got to go.
Yeah, that's why. He was talking out of turn. Now you go.
All right, I'm going.
All right, cue up the clock, everybody. Put a minute on the clock, and here we go. Jacob's hot takes. Jacob's hot takes in 3, 2, 1.
All right, the Minx, I have not seen it, so I don't really care, but it sucks for the fans. Bookie, again, never heard of it, but you know the rules when it comes to Chuck Lorre. 8 seasons at the least. Gerard Butler, he just seems like a fun guy. I'm sure he's going to be awesome in the live action as well for How to Train Your Dragon, and I love those animated movies. Michael Bolton, he said he had a brain tumor, but he lied. Weird reference for you guys who know Michael Bolton. Rage Against the Machine, I got to see them in 2007 when they got back after their first 10-year breakup. So maybe I could see them in 2027 after their second 20-year breakup. Christopher Nolan, I don't give a shit, but you know, hey, he won a Golden Globe, but Peloton did not give him their vote. Judd Apatow is a fucking genius, and I like what he said about Barbie because he's correct. Barbie does not deserve best adaptive screenplay. They deserve best screenplay. Cher denied. I thought she was dead. No offense to any Cher fans out there. Nigel, go fuck yourself. Saltburn, you know, whatever gets you off, I'm here for it. And Jacob just sounds like a cool guy. Hey, I love Jacob.
Oh, he got it, everybody. Give him that fucking circumstance. Give him the whites. Maybe looking out there because KJ made it. And of course, we can't hear, but I know you guys can hear. And KJ, how do you feel?
I feel good. I feel good. I'm really glad I got to go before Sabrina, the hot take queen. So I feel good about this one. I feel really good about this one.
I felt that was pretty solid. I will say it's pretty solid. I think you should feel good about that.
A 90s reference to Michael Bolton. I don't even know if anyone got that. I did some horrible singing. You know, my voice is a little bit cleft right now due to the weather. So it is what it is.
I mean, how it takes for the people out there to decide
nice
the polar go up.
70 degrees in LA right now.
Yes, but I left Louisiana when it was like a cold 32, and then came back to this. My body's like, "Fuck you, man." It's wonderful being back.
It's true.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah,
Sabrina. Right, Sabrina, who's going next? What do you think?
I would just like to say that it is 51 degrees currently in Los Angeles, so it's not a nice, cool 70. It's actually a little bit of a bite to the air.
Oh, you might need a sweater. Oh, no.
Can you believe that?
Yeah, not me. I'm like menopausing. I don't need any sweaters. I'm like, I'm wandering around in tank tops, no matter what degree it is, honestly. I guess let's do Rachel next.
All right, Rachel. Rachel's going next to the hot takes.
Come on, Queen of Mondays. Can she take on the Queen of Hot Takes? I'm here for it.
That's the question right now. Rachel, how you feel about that?
Oof, Jesus,
I got this. Let's go. Yeah, it's 22 freaking degrees. Right. It's freezing 22. Today. It'll be 3 degrees next Monday. 3. A whole 3 degrees.
Cold. All right. Here we go, Rachel. I'm putting the clock up. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Takes.
All right, Minx. Didn't watch it. I do like that it looks like more of a period piece. I like period pieces, so I might actually check it out. Bookie, didn't watch it. Don't have an interest in it. Gerard Butler, I don't see How to Train Your Dragon live action movie really being necessary, so cool, I guess. Rage Against the Machine breaking up. They raged against each other, I guess. Hey. Michael Bolton having a tumor. That's a bummer. He's really funny. I think he's really come into his own the last few years as a comedian. Nolan being made fun of on the Peloton. My favorite thing to ever happen. Fuck that guy. Judd Apatow is completely correct about Barbie. It deserves best original, not best adapted. Cher denied conservatorship. I think they're going to be tightening on those since the Britney thing. That guy exiting Dancing with the Stars. Bye. Saltburn, I need to watch that movie. And Jacob Elordi playing Frankenstein, cool. I think he'll do a good job.
Look at that. 6, 5. She said that time clock. Right. I'm still gonna go. But you know what? Rachel made it. She made it. Everybody. Give her those special. Give her the lights. Put some fireworks in there. You know, why not? You know, some fireworks in the background. All of this stuff. Make it happen. I know I can't see it. I know you can see it. It's just funny how it works in this program. But hey, everybody, how's it feel, Rachel? You feel good?
Feeling good, feeling confident, feeling strong. It was a manageable amount of takes this time instead of a good old 20 like you usually like to give us.
Yeah, I saw that last time. That was insane.
Yeah.
I tried to make it better. You know, I tried. It's you know,
There's
sometimes
5
it's
of us.
very
We don't have
tough.
time to do 20.
I know it's
Right.
very true. That's also why I was like, I'm gonna calm down for a second on the hot take stuff. It's a lot, but it's still fun. It's still fun. So
Busy news.
it's busy news. Sabrina, do you want to go last, or I mean, you want Brandon to go last?
No,
What are you
I'm
thinking?
definitely going last. Brandon's going next.
Okay.
I'll go next.
First time doing the hot
Got
takes. No
squeezed
pressure.
It's all good.
No
You got
pressure.
this.
I live
I
under
think-
pressure. I live.
Yeah, I believe it. Now, I mean, so there's a lot of people have made it all the time. Mike Casey's one of them. He's trying really hard. One day he will. We don't give him too much shit for it. So you got this. I believe
We
in
love
you.
Mike, but he's a fuck up.
Friend the show.
Make
Ancient
jokes.
shows
Leave
get
him
mad at us.
alone.
Leave him alone. Leave him alone. Leave Mike alone. All
I
right,
love Mike.
here we go. Brandon, your
It's
hot
hard
takes.
being trapped in the trunk of a car.
Yeah, but he likes it.
My-
Okay,
He likes it.
takes in 3, 2, 1. Hot takes.
All right, so yeah, Minx, if you're going back and forth between studios, you're done. I didn't watch it though. Must be a reason why 3 people haven't watched it. But Brookie, great. Hope it's good. Gerard Butler, fantastic person. I met him. He was a super great dude. He's gonna do great. And live actions are going pretty strong now. Michael Bolton, I hope that takes care of it and surgery or something happens. But yeah. Rage Against the Machine, 3rd time's a charm. Get the hell out. And Christopher Nolan, fuck off. Judd Apatow, don't touch Barbie. Cher, leave people alone. And then Nigel, fuck off. Saltburn, funny enough, the only thing I can think of is if a worm was right there and goes, Dad? And then Jacob Porter, he's cool as fuck. So yeah, he's gonna be doing really, really well.
But you know what?
Yeah,
You know
defect
what? Brandon
mom.
got it. Brandon got it. I believe in him. I believe in him. Here we go. I'm giving him the lights. I'm giving him the confetti. Throwing this out there, like throw that shit in the air. Give him some love. How does it feel?
Brian
How does
gave
it
you
feel?
a bud of a
honestly-
bomb. I'm sorry.
You think that 1 minute is long enough, and no, it's not. Can't imagine 20. Can't imagine.
I just wish we could all hear the music and stuff fine, but there we go.
Yeah.
That's nice.
That's fine.
That's nice.
It's all good.
Yeah.
I like it.
But for the fans, everybody out there, you can still hear it's fine. So it was. Sabrina, it's
I
your
hear
turn.
everything.
You waited till you waited till last, Sabrina. How do you feel? Are you excited about this? Do you feel like there's a lot of competition tonight? Are you feeling good? You feeling good?
I mean, everybody completed, which is not super normal. So yeah, great
Let's
job.
go for a clean sweep, Sabrina. You got to
Go
sweep
ahead.
it. Come on. It all hinges on you if we all get it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're-
I feel
we're
like I
going
should
for
fuck
your
it up
throne.
just on purpose, like because everyone else got it right.
I don't think you will. I don't think you can do that to yourself.
Don't worry.
I'm good.
All right. I'm putting the minute on the clock. Here we go, Sabrina. Hot takes in 3, 2, 1. Takes.
I actually did watch Minx and I really enjoyed it. I didn't watch the 2nd season, but the 1st season was really fun. I'm kind of sad that it's canceled. Bookie, I have not heard of, but again, Chuck Lorre, I mean, you make a show, you're winning if you are on that show, honestly. Gerard Butler, I didn't watch any of the How to Train a Dragon, so I'm certainly not going to watch a live action one, but I guess good for him. Michael Bolton, man, I need some more Jack Sparrow and Lonely Island fucking collabs, so please get better soon. Rage Against the Machine, they broke up 3 times. They seem like, like the guy who just can't leave his ex-girlfriend behind. They keep getting back together and breaking up, so we'll see what happens. I don't believe it. Christopher Nolan, fuck you. Poor sport on your Peloton. Okay? Fuck off. Judd Apatow, I understand that there is it's based on the source material of a doll. However, all of the material is original and not based on anything. So that's kind of weird to me. Cher, sorry, nice try. I mean, try to help your son, whatever. That guy from fucking Dancing with the Stars, kindly fuck yourself. Saltburn, the only time I put it on, I walk by every time someone was naked or fucking. So, I mean, definitely rated X for sure. And this Jacob Elordi fellow can fuck himself. I don't care for him at all.
everybody.
Son of a bitch.
I
did
have
it
to
again.
say, Sabrina got it too. She got it too, everybody. Oh yeah. How's it feel? I'm gonna throw it.
Woo!
Okay.
This is rigged. It's rigged, I tell you.
I make my own
That's right.
fireworks.
I don't think it's rigged. I don't think it's rigged. I don't think it's rigged. I think you're jealous. You think it's rigged. It's not rigged. Sabrina, how do you feel, Sabrina? Does it feel good?
Not my best
Just
hot
take a
takes,
sip.
but I got through it.
Now I feel it's
I'm still giving the lights.
Oh, finally! I do my own fireworks.
I give the fat confetti still too. They can see it. They can hear it. I know we can't. I know. One day. It feels good still. It feels
Love
good.
everyone.
I see it all. Looking
That was
great.
great. You guys all did great. Good job, everyone.
Thank you.
Yeah, good job, everybody. It's fun that everybody actually got all the hot takes. Like I said before, it doesn't happen that often. I don't know if it's ever happened all the way. Has it ever happened all the way? I don't really know if it has.
I think
What do you
it
think,
did
Sabrina?
one-
Has it? I don't.
I think it did with GR and Ron like a couple of Fridays ago. I think
I was here on a Monday. We all got it too.
we all did. Yeah. I mean, it's
Mhm.
it's probably
I
happened a
think I
handful
was
of
with
times.
you, and I think it was Ron and someone else. And it was the first time we actually all did it within a minute.
Got it all. Yeah.
Mike actually
It's
didn't fuck it
rare.
up.
It's rare. It's
Yeah.
a rare beast. Especially if
It's
there's four
very
people.
rare.
Usually it's three people.
Exactly.
It's very rare when Mike doesn't. I mean, Mike does really well though.
Oh,
Come
Mike
on.
has
You
never
can't be
gotten
I love
through
his
knocking out
hot
Mike
takes,
all
but
night.
He has never gotten through once.
But it's hard to get to the end of that line because his jokes are so mean.
He's got too many jokes.
Yeah.
No, and
got
also
all
when
the
Brian
jokes.
goes hot takes, he goes, okay, let's see. So Minx, I'm like,
Maybe.
you just wasted 8 seconds, bro.
Yeah.
It's kind of his move.
Okay,
This
Mike.
is not a Mike hate podcast. Let's
This is not Mike. We love you out there. This is not hate
No,
on
I'm
Mike.
just
He'll be
saying
back
we
on
love
Wednesday.
him.
He'll be like, oh, this is a safe space, guys.
I'm trying
Safe
to give you a
space.
tip. Pro tip. Start talking right away.
Yeah.
I think for every
Yeah,
guest
well-
you have on when Mike is here, he gets an additional minute, and then it'll be perfect.
Yeah, there you go.
That
It
would
would
be
be good
that
for him
would be
to get
great
through
if
because
he.
he does have funny jokes.
Yes,
Yeah, he
they're
does have funny
fucking
jokes.
brilliant. Yeah.
I gave him more time last week, I think, just to give him because I'm like, whatever, Mike. The clock messed up. I'm like, just take it, have fun. But
Yeah,
yeah,
he's gonna make it though.
yeah, he's
Give him
still
a minute
trying.
30. It'll
Yeah,
be fine.
he's still trying. He's still trying. But before we go into our next segment, Peppy just has one thing to say to the fans out there of Kruse Control. So Peps, take it away, buddy. I know you were all excited about this. Tell people what I want to know.
Yo, player, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe and hit the bell to be notified when we are live. And if you are able to join our Patreon, please join. Because the Pep Star needs more snickety snacks. Because I'm hungry. Holla back. Love y'all.
Thanks, Peps. Thanks, man. He's just spreading the word all the time. That's like Peppy's like my man. That's like, hey, you gotta say this, you gotta say that, you gotta do all this stuff. So I just kind of let it happen.
How dare they call him a soundboard? I just watched your dog talk.
Yeah.
That was perfectly
Yeah.
great. Like there was nothing wrong. There was no soundboard
Yeah.
involved. I saw his lips
No.
move.
Yeah, it's very
in
normal.
sync.
It's
Coming
very-
from audio, you know? It's in sync.
It's very normal. It's very normal. Let Peppy be. Peppy's a good boy. He knows what he's doing, and he deserves treats. So he gets all the
He
treats.
deserves
But
a snickety snack.
Professional.
he does all the snickety snacks. But we got a lot to talk about today, everybody. Colors again, Golden Globe stuff, a lot of big news going on today. So this is that time. We have to get into it. Come on. All right, everybody. The very first thing, the discussion piece I want to talk about today is I want to talk about Star Trek for a second, because Star TreK Picard is actually moving forward as a feature film. Now, Patrick Stewart came forward and said this. He said he's actually getting the script very soon. He said, I heard only last night about a script that is being written with the actor Patrick to play in it. Of course, he's talking about himself. I think he's just having fun. I don't know. But I've
He's
been told to
fucking
expect it
brilliant.
within a week or so. I know, right? Well, here again, within a week or so, and I'm so excited because it sounds like the kind of project where the experimentation that I want to do will be essential for this kind of material. And again, he's been talking about this before. When the last season of Picard came out, he said that was fantastic. He didn't want the whole new Next Generation crew in there, but they came back. It did so well. It was the biggest hit of all 3 seasons, and it left him wanting to do more. I think that's great. Again, some people might be against that though, because again, it was such a great ending for all of them. It wasn't any drama. It was big numbers, big finale. It actually brought everybody together again. And for that show to have that kind of finale, it's hard to hit that again. That lightning maybe it was struck twice. You know, they didn't have it before.
It
But
wasn't
it was
final.
open-ended.
It was
They didn't leave it for
open-ended.
us. left it for his kid to be the next person, right?
Yeah.
So his kid can take over and be the next Picard. So he could take over. And that's what even when he said, he goes, I don't want to do another one as just like us. It should be continuation of the series. And then my son can be that person. So I hope that's what it is.
Yeah,
I think it
give
will
us
be.
the movie
He
to
has
lead
be
us
part of
into
it.
the sun. Hell yeah.
But Kate Jacob, what do you think? Since you're getting in here, what do you think? Are you excited about this premise? Do you think this should happen? Or do you think that, like, maybe this might hurt the franchise?
Yeah, I apologize. My ADD takes over when it comes to Star Trek. I fucking love Star Trek. We've had this moment before. I think it's brilliant,
it's all
and
good.
the third season was great because I'm not gonna lie, the first season was amazing. The second season kind of had me a little bored, but then when they did the third season with all the nods and like the character development and showing like not just showing us the next generation cast, but what the fuck they have all been up to in the last 30 fucking years was so cool to see. I mean, even Will Wheaton had a small little cameo, and it was like, oh, little Will, but like it was so cool how they played everything out. And then they ended it, and I was like, wait, this is it? They're gonna end the show, but like you gave me this open-ended ending with his son. So I'm like, oh, okay, I guess it's gonna follow him now. So keep calling this series Picard. He's a Picard. We know this now. It's his son. This movie that you do, I'm absolutely here for it, especially if you take it in the direction of this movie continues the series. So this is going to set everyone up to be like, all right, here's the last little nods to the next gen, folks. Here's for all the fans out there. Now you're going to see the next Picard take over and be just like Jean-Luc, because Jean-Luc is amazing. He's not my captain, though. I'll always be a Captain Sisko, but Jean-Luc Picard is wonderful.
He's not my captain.
He's not my captain.
Hey,
Sisko's
my
my
captain.
captain. Deep
My
Space
captain.
Nine all day.
Oh,
Deep Space
captain, my
Nine all
captain.
day.
Not my
Leave him
principal.
alone.
Yeah. But look, it's not
Leave him
it's
alone.
not fair competition for Picard, because just a little side rant here. Sisko was part God, so it's understandable that Jean-Luc Picard can't compete to that. But damn it, if he doesn't stand up strong against it. Just saying.
Hey, he is a god.
Very
And
passionate.
you're right. If continuing the story, though, and you have about his son, it is still Picard. It still
think it's
works.
great.
Honestly,
It's smart.
I had such a fun time last season, K. Jacob, that I thought that this would be good to see more. And I think that Patrick Stewart had enough
I
fun
wanted
where he's
more.
like, I can just keep going. So, like, why not, right? Do a movie. He suggested this months ago. Why not? Brandon, what do you think? Do you agree upon this? Think this should be something happening? Did you watch Picard at all? Do you think this is good for Patrick Stewart to be moving forward with a movie version of it? Or do you think, again, this could maybe be a legacy breaker for him?
Honestly, I agree with everything Jacob said. Like, first season was great. Second season, I also thought it was a little boring. And third season, it was super fantastic. And I mean, honestly, I think this is what Star Wars should have done. This kind of storyline and this bringing of the original and finding out what has happened. Honestly, it was super super fun. But I don't have I don't have too much of the kind of the universe of Star Wars and and Star Trek, but I enjoyed watching them grow up when I was growing up. But so I'm fantastic and excited to see his son take over the role. And I kind of like that kind of way of like putting it forward into the next generation,
Right.
but giving us an opinion on it and before it happens, rather than it just suddenly like drops in your face and you're like, it wasn't a really great match, but okay. So no, I liked it.
Right. I'm
Yeah,
not big on
you do-
nepotism, but I love that it's Picard nepotism. That'll be fine. That
Bingo.
works for me.
The only nepotism that is
The only nepotism that I can go for.
Yes.
But I mean, like, it's not his real son, though. You know what I mean? It's like his real son in real
Hey,
life. It's like,
Yeah.
You're a dad. You're a dad. Okay, I speak from truth. All right. If you're a dad,
if it-
matter. He raised that boy after not seeing him for 30 years, but he raised that boy.
he's
He
not
raised that
It's like the Kurt Russell and Winter Soldier dynamic. I mean, it's not that. That's all I'm saying. Rachel, you hear about this? I know you're not a big Trekkie, right? So,
Yeah.
what do you think? Do you think this is even worthwhile for someone at his age? Like Patrick Stewart, again, he has limited performances left in him, right? Limited at this point. He went from Shakespeare to Star Trek. I could never wanted before. It became a big part of his career. Do you think it makes sense after he had this great send off to do another one, or should, with his limited time, do something else?
I think if Sir Patrick Stewart wants to do it, he should go for it. He is one of the most respected actors in Hollywood, and he has had a very illustrious career. While it may not be my flavor of nerd, if the Star Trek people are happy for this and Sir Patrick Stewart's happy for it, go for it. Absolutely. Why not do it? It'll sell a bunch of stuff. It'll make a bunch of money.
Probably.
And the last one didn't make a lot of money. Do you see like this going further than one more movie though? Do you think it'd be like one and done, or do you think they'd try to go further with this?
I think they should end it while they have the opportunity to end it, because, like you mentioned, the man's got a limited amount of time left on this mortal coil.
Hate to say that, right?
So,
Maybe
as
this movie's
sad as
the
that a thought that is, and he may want to retire before he leaves the mortal coil. He may want to stop working at some point. So I think it's better to kind of wrap everything up while you have the willingness of the actor and have the willingness of the fans, and just kind of let it have some closure.
Yeah. This might be a good way. Maybe they did kind of leave it open, like Kay Jacob was saying too. So maybe this would be some way for them to just be done, wrap it up, and give him maybe a final story that he's had an idea for. Yeah, and Picard wasn't supposed to happen anyways, but they came to him with this great idea, and they had 3 stories, 3 seasons, and they lined him in, and he did another season or 3 seasons of this. So it must be a great script. Sabrina, I know you're not a big Trekkie either, not a big person that loves the engage, but you think that Patrick Stewart can dive back in this one more time and do one more movie, or should he branch out and do other things? Because again, Patrick Stewart, he's had a big career doing Star Trek stuff. Should he end his career still being, Captain Picard?
I mean, I think he'll end his career when he wants to end his career, and he's dropping bombs about being in Deadpool and still playing Professor X, and now he wants to do more Picard, and I'm with Rachel. Like, if Sir Patrick fucking Stewart wants to do more shit, let him do it. I don't care what it is. He can do whatever he wants. Congratulations to you, sir. You do what you want. You earned it. And if you would like to go out on set, I fucking salute you, sir. Whatever you want, you can have. You've earned it throughout this life. I can't say that about many people. Now, me personally, Brian, by the way, I meant to say this before I started. Great gifts and pictures. Very, 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 very entertaining. Whilst I was sitting here watching other people talk, I was laughing my ass off. So good job. Also, yeah, I don't watch. I've not watched one Star Trek thing ever once in my life, so I can't really weigh in on quality or quantity or anything like that. But I weigh in on him. To you, sir. Enjoy.
Yeah. Yeah, to Patrick Stewart. Like, I think he has kicked ass for a long time. And I think if he does want to keep doing it, again, you're right, let him do it. And the last one was fun. Last season was fun. I agree with Brandon too. The second season was a little, it was all right. A little dull.
Quick question. Was that the musical that I had heard whilst...
No, that was Star Trek Strange New Worlds.
Okay, that can fuck itself.
The best one. The best one.
The Klingon like musical part made me laugh so hard. I'm not gonna lie.
I literally wanted to jump off a bridge. I was like, if this doesn't stop, I will kill myself immediately with any sharp object that I can find.
If any show goes long enough, there is bound to be a musical episode.
It happens all the time. I'm down for it. Why not? Sometimes it's good. Sometimes it's great. Sometimes it sucks. I'm just saying. I thought it was an alright episode. I thought it was fun, the musical version. But Sabrina, don't be a hater on that. Don't be a hater. They did a great job. They had fun. And Stranger Worlds, like Kate Jacob was saying, I think it was one of the best ones they've done. I like it a lot. But
no, I just mean that series is the best series.
He's saying he wants to do more. It's happening, everybody. The script's coming. It's just a matter of time until we actually have shoot days and stuff announced. But Patrick Stewart's on board, and he's very excited about it.
I'd let him fuck a grave Zach all day if that's what he wanted. If he was in character, he really needed to get in there.
Sir Patrick Stewart.
Sir Patrick Stewart can fuck any grave he wants to fuck.
I feel like that's more appropriate than the kid doing it. What's his name?
Little P.
No, it's like Donnie. Fuck it. This is so shitty. I should know. Some with a K.
The guy from
Saltburn. No one knows his name. He was in Banshees of Inisherin. He's a great actor.
Which one, the Star Swallower or the Grave Fucker?
He was the Grave Fucker.
The Grave Fucker.
We're talking about Barry Kerrigan.
That's their name.
Yep, there you go. Nailed it. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I didn't know his name.
I thought you were about Picard's kid. I can't think of his name. I'm like, I gotta play his name, but whatever. Yeah, that's happening, everybody. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening. It's happening.
Just so we're clear.
He's a great actor. He's a great actor. But you know what also is, I would say, a box office sensation is Taylor Swift, because Taylor Swift's back in the news again. And this is one of those things that I had to talk about because I saw this in New York Times, everybody, coming with a 5,000 word opinion piece about Tay Swift herself, and coming in a little bit hot about her career and what she's doing and what she means and what she wants and who she is, and talking about her sexuality and what her songs mean. Though we talked about the show before. This has been something that people have said. I know, not the first person, but for New York Times to have this opinion piece, it's kind of interesting. And I know that a lot of her team is very upset about this, but they're saying the same thing everyone else is saying, that a lot of her songs throughout the years have hinted at her, being lesbian, being, she says she supports LGBTQ plus, and she's like very involved. And there's a safe place at her shows, and they're putting all these pieces together and tying all these things together to make it be like, oh, this is how she's hiding. And to me, I'm like, I said it last Friday about Brittany, leave Taylor Swift alone. Just leave her alone. Like, she's a sensation right now, and I get it. You're gonna find some trouble because everyone's talking about Taylor Swift, and she's fucking making big money. She's a billionaire now. She's got hate. She's freaking dating somebody from Kansas City Chiefs. I mean, she's dating Travis. What's his name? Khalees or something like that. Khaleesi. I'm like, I can't pronounce names. It's what it is, guys. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Khaleesi, I'm gonna call.
The driver dropped off a package to her house, and they thought they were dating. Like, every time she takes a picture with someone walking by, they're like, she's dating that guy now.
Well, that's the whole thing too. She was saying as well that she like started hanging out with her friends a lot of times, because she was like, if I hang out with all these guys, they're gonna say that we're that I'm sleeping with this person, I'm sleeping with that person. That's what it is. So she's like, I'm just gonna not do that, and I'm just gonna hang out with my girlfriends, and it becomes a whole thing where they think that I'm just I'm a lesbian now.
It doesn't change. She's still sleeping with whoever she's with. That's how they see it. Yeah, she is.
It's just looking for hot gossip, and they're just trying to find some reason to talk about her. Okay, Rachel. So you hear about this, you're a big Taylor Swift fan. Do you think that this is a right for the New York Times to actually make this piece? It is an opinion piece. We've seen how those can go wrong. Look at the Johnny Depp scenario. Was this right on time, New York Times to do this, or should they have taken a second to think about what they're actually putting out there for clickbait? It is a lot of clickbait.
Everything in the news is clickbait.
I think at the end of the day, for opinion pieces, especially of this nature, when you look at lyrical analysis, you look at the history of gay flagging, you look at the history, there's just too much to be a coincidence. It's not like there's one reference. It's not like there's, something that could be misconstrued. Like, Girly Pop has had some very, very gay lyrics. And like, is it up to any of us to say what her sexuality might be? No. But do I believe that is a woman who has kissed other girls? Absolutely. Taylor Swift, a lot of her lyrics
haven't kissed other girls.
Straight girls.
No. Everyone went to college.
But to the note of kind of what Jacob was touching on earlier, that anytime she's photographed next to a man, it's all, oh, they're dating. But like, this woman was out on the town with Carly Kloss like every night for 3 fucking years, making out at concerts, writing songs about how she wants to secretly fuck her best friend, who like.
Rachel's like, this is so obvious.
Hey,
that's true.
But
like,
you can't out a person. You can't out. That's not New York Times shouldn't be out.
Here, as a queer person, here's kind of my look on the kind of modern necessity of coming out. I don't think anyone owes anyone else coming out. I think that you can just live your life, live it out loud, and if people notice it, they notice it, and if they don't, they don't. So that's kind of where, like, I don't feel like if she is queer, she needs to come out per se. I think she's already as out as she's ever going to be.
Yeah, listen to her music,
writing
right?
Blatantly gay songs is kind of like, and then writing songs be like, hey, you guys aren't listening to my song lyrics. Like, this is a woman who has gone on interviews and said, I want you to dissect my lyrics. I want you to look into these things. I want you to look into the symbology of my music videos. Like, she is guiding us to these answers. Like, she's like, and I believe it's hard for a woman in this industry to be fully out, especially at the time that she was coming to popularity. If she had come out after, like, let's say, if she'd come out during the original 1989 era, 2014, that would have tanked her career 100%, because she would have gotten a stigma against her. She would no longer have just been a pop artist. She would have been a gay artist.
Yep.
And that tends to kind of stigmatize and lessen the appeal and the demographics, especially where she started in country music. A lot of that demographic would no longer be interested in her as an artist or an individual.
I can see
and
that
it's really
happening.
unfortunate that we still it's really unfortunate that we still live in a world where those are things to consider, especially where she's touring internationally as well. She would lose a huge portion of an international audience by being blatantly and openly queer.
Anybody who would
So
anybody who would do that to her for her coming out would do that to her for her support of the LGBTQ community to begin with. Those people are blanket fuckers, and they're going to persecute you for being as supportive as you are of the community, whether you are or not.
Yeah.
There's a certain shield of not being like, if she walked down the red carpet with her girlfriend, that would be a very different image than saying, hey, I support this group.
Yeah, I'd just like to say too, as someone that comes from the South and has grew up, I worked at the radio station in the country music world at that time. She had not gone pop. In fact, right before I left the station, she went pop. So she was hugely celebrated in country music. And I think so many people forget that she started her career in the country music genre. And she was great. Even I, who am from the South, I don't care for country music, or at least the watered down commercialized bullshit you hear on the TV, because I don't want to fuck my tractor, but that's another story. She was actually really talented. She had good music, and it was always a little poppy. And then her career took off with pop. So she walks this really fine line of still maintaining a certain group of fan base while having a brand new group of fan base. And so it's a really delicate line, like Rachel was saying. Like, she takes the chance of losing those fans, but you know what, if they really like her and they actually give a shit, they're not going to care if she's gay or not. They're going to be there to support her for her art, for her music, and what she's doing. And if they're real fans, they already know she's, I'm not saying it, but possibly gay. Because just
allegedly,
like, listen to the music. Like, I'm an occasional listener, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that song's not about Jake Gyllenhaal. Like, like, it's not, and I'm pretty slow. So like, even for me, it's kind of blatantly obvious. Like, I'm slow to pick up shit, and I'm like, that's pretty obvious. She likes girls too. Like, good for you, girl.
Right.
Yeah, we got something in common now. I like you more, Swifty. I'm here for it.
Hey, Jacob, but KJ, do you think do you think it's okay for the New York Times to post something like this, though? Is it just like Rachel's saying, like, it's pretty obvious, but do you think that there could be any kind of legal ramifications? Because their team seems pretty pissed about this.
Honestly, their team is only pissed. My opinion is that Swift's team is only pissed about this because, as her PR managers, they're worried of her losing that, redneck fan base. That's like, oh God, how dare she be gay? That's all they care is that New York, you can't be telling her fans that she might be gay.
Brand.
Like, do you know what it means to possibly be gay and have a country singing fan base? It's a death sentence in that world. But there are a lot of people now in the country music fan base who are openly gay, who are amazing musicians. I love Orville Peck, highly recommend him as an artist, that are changing that viewpoint and being like, hey, we're not all assholes. We actually like to sing about our home, where we come from, and not that Jason Aldean bullshit. Like, we're real country people. And I like that they're changing that, but you can't force that. You can't force Taylor Swift to do that. It needs to be on her terms for her to come out and do it. So it's one of those things where, like, if the New York Times stated that this is their opinion, I don't see an issue with it. But if they're saying and quoting something that she didn't say, but saying it came from her, that's fucking wrong.
Yeah. That becomes libel.
I just think it becomes like a gray area right here. I think, and I get it, like, they're just trying to put the pieces together. But again, like, the whole thing happened with Billie Eilish recently, where they just kind of, like, Variety just kind of said, oh yeah, she put out that she's gay. She's like, I just didn't say. I guess everybody knows. So I think it's people's own, way of doing it.
Here's the other thing about this article is Rolling Stone put out an article very similar to this last year. Like 6 months ago, Rolling Stone put out an article that was speculative about her potential sexuality. So, like, this isn't a new conversation
for a very long time.
If I could say something personally, for me,
in there, Brandon.
New York, the people forget that New York Times is actually a subscription. You pay a subscription for the New York Times. So I think we as people, it's kind of interesting that we would pay money to read an article that is basically just an opinion piece about a person that just has their own ideas. She is her. Don't whip up the carpet from under her in some way or form and just say, okay, well, this is what we think, but don't give that person the ability to say, hey, I want the floor to be able to do that when I can and when I want to, or if not, it shouldn't really matter to me. Like, we dive deep into these people's lives so hard that it doesn't like matter, like it doesn't give to the person the ability, it doesn't give or just in general like the privacy part of it. Like you said, every single man that she's ever been pictured with, she's taken a picture, and then and I was like, oh, is she possibly dating this person? It's like, well, now here comes the other side. Any woman that she's going to be with is going to be pictured and plastered with that as well. It's just, I personally feel that we as people just need to kind of just step back and not care that much. Like she is her own person. Like she really should just should be the one to come out, not anyone else. Not and Rolling Stones is one thing, and I expect this 5,000 page or word piece to come out of like something from E or TMZ, not something that I pay for. That's the specific part that I'm mad against. It's like I want to know what's the news in something that matters to me, and not just something that's like, oh, well, possibly, but we've done this much research. And I'm like, okay, great. Thanks for wasting my money, kind of thing. Like, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't.
And you're right. They're getting like what's like $5 a month or $6 a month, and then they're like, oh, and then they're just like feeding stuff in there. And again, opinions. Again, everyone has that. Just like I remember growing up, everyone's like, yeah, everyone has opinion, just like they have an asshole, So I mean, so everyone has one. I mean, that's what we do here. Where it's the show, we're opinion based too. So we're here guilty as but also like, but we're not the New York Times doing.
Sorry, go ahead.
Go get it. What were you saying, Brandon?
I was gonna say, did anyone watch the Cat Williams on Club Shay Shay? Did anyone know?
No.
Okay.
I actually really like him. I'm surprised I haven't seen it, but I haven't.
He said one thing specifically about Kanye, and he was asked just like, what do you feel about Kanye? And he's like, I think we're pretty awful people when we shine a spotlight on mental health, and then we just say, okay, let's watch what he does,
right?
Because we know that he's not up here. He doesn't have everything, and
he's lost his goddamn mind. Yeah,
we don't care. We want to know what he does, and we want to say, it's like, no, I don't agree with anything he says, but at the same time, I can't villainize or support Kanye because I don't know what we want from him. And it's like, I don't know what we want from Taylor Swift if we want so much of this information and this deep dive of like her songs, her art and stuff. Those songs and art came from her soul. So if like that soul is partially, open or actual, that's up to her. So I think, I don't know. Maybe I'm just kind of like pushing too much on like the step back. It's like, no, we don't need this much. We don't need.
No,
this
you're
much.
just speaking common fucking sense. And
exactly
what a lot of people miss out on.
Yeah.
Sabrina, can you pop up Edward Hyde's comment again?
Yeah, that's nice.
What was it? Oh, someone's coming.
I really wish I lived in this world.
Yeah.
I really wish that in the world 2024, people would not care about people's sexuality. But during just even the midst of this conversation, some of the comment section has not been respectful about the LGBT. We do not live in the time that we should. It's disheartening to see that in the year 2024, 40 years after the peak of the AIDS crisis, when the topic of homosexuality comes up, people are making AIDS jokes.
Mm-hmm.
That's not okay. That's not acceptable. We live in 2024. Move on. People are going to love who they love. People are going to have sex with who they have sex with. And it's, unless you were involved in that situation, it's none of your goddamn business.
Well, again, Zach is a stand-up comedian, and that's what you're talking about. And he is a stand-up comedian. Comedians make jokes, and sometimes people don't like the jokes, and that is their choice to not like them. I didn't put the first one up. The second one I put up for a second, and it was an accident. But he is a stand-up comedian.
That wasn't against you.
Comedians make jokes. No, I know, but I like him, and a lot of times he makes very fun jokes that are not, offensive to anyone. So I just don't like it. Not everyone likes every joke. He's a stand-up comedian. I've said that a million
times.
Joking
about an illness that killed millions of gay people in a conversation about gay people is not.
It also killed a lot of straight people.
And just not
also,
jokes.
I mean, it's still, it's in poor taste, but it's a joke, and he's a stand-up comedian.
There are people in our chat. Lexi's uncle died from HIV/AIDS.
I know. Well, I'm going to get
and
there
that's
in a second.
that's not okay.
Shit,
it's not okay to make those jokes.
It's a lot.
You know,
Burnham.
I-
Brady
there's-
was
you can
actually
say
a good
it's
comedian. He
comedy,
you're
makes us
but
laugh
it's
without
you're
being
addressing
an
something
idiot.
in the chat that was not up on screen, that I clicked one up for literally a split second, that no one could have even read it, and I put it right back down. So
Yeah.
Well,
you know, I
it
know
was
you're
more of a
reading the
point.
chat separately,
It
and I
was
understand
a
that.
point about
No one's
the
attacking
culture
him.
we
She's
live
making
in.
a point. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
The
she's
point
I
about
think
the
she's saying
culture.
that point. The
I
people.
didn't
It's not
name
someone
names.
who's in the chat hating on people. He's a stand-up comedian and making a joke that you don't like. You know what I mean? I'm sorry.
I
I'm gonna
didn't-
stand for him.
But the point, I didn't say his fucking name. So the point was
Yeah,
that we live in a
gotta out
I know
him.
society.
who it is.
We live in a
All right.
society that does not accept gay people. Was my point.
Yeah.
I don't
We
think
don't
that's
live
true.
in the world we should.
I mean,
There's
You can
a
view
lot
it
of hate out there.
in this conversation,
As
yeah.
an openly
Less-
queer person who has experienced discrimination, we
Yeah.
don't live in the society we should live in.
But there still is a lot of hate, and it's very unfortunate. And I think that's why her team is trying to be like, get on top of this, because people are assholes out there. This just happens. You know, you can't, even if she isn't happy about coming forward to saying that, then she doesn't want this being a story that she's not able to control the narrative for. And I think that's what it is. So, Sabrina, before we move on though, like, do you feel like there will be any problems for the Times, New York Times, or like, do you think that this is just a dumb opinion piece that just go away? Because it's the same kind of shit we've seen before, like Rachel was saying with with Rolling Stone.
I mean, an opinion piece is just that. It's an opinion piece. So, you know, unfortunately, I don't think there's really very much trouble that anyone can get into for speaking their opinion. It's, you know, free speech bullshit. That being said, I 100% agree with the fact that it's no one's fucking business who she's fucking. Like, literally, no one's business.
Yeah.
She can do whatever she wants. She can be with girls, be with guys, be with whoever. She can have stage relationships, whatever the situation is. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. You know, it's not anyone's business. And Edward and Queen, thank you for supporting Zach in the chat. Not that I'm trying to make a Team Zach situation, but he's just, you know, I'm sorry. I don't want to offend anyone ever. And I'm bisexual. I am very pro LGBTQ. I'm very open about it on the show. And I think that it is stupid that we are in, you know, the year 2024, and that this young woman doesn't feel comfortable saying who she really is, if that's who she really is. You know, and like the thing is with her too, she specifically like has her fans like look for clues in her albums. They have this little Easter egg things, and people like there's like whole like blogs and chats like, oh, she's gonna wear this dress on this day on this album. I mean, it's insane what these people do, and they're right 90% of the time, which is really fucking nuts. So I think that she's inviting people to discover her in that way. I know her parents are very conservative. So I think that's probably part of it. If that's, you know, her thing is maybe she doesn't want to upset her parents. I think though, fan base wise, especially with how she is now, how successful she is currently, like I don't understand how she would lose a person. And if she did, there's bazillions, so it doesn't matter. You know, and she like, I mean, look at Kim Petras and like Little Nas X and, you know, Troye Sivan, like all super successful people, you know, that are part of the LGBTQ community. And, you know, even back in the day, like Janis Joplin was bisexual, fucking Freddie Mercury. Like, you know, there's something to owning it. And that's a person's choice. If you don't want to do that, and your choice is to live your life how you want to. And if people want to come and dissect you and fuck with you, that's on them. You know, and she's just going to take the high road and not say anything until she wants to say it. And that's her fucking prerogative. It's nobody else's business what she does, honestly. But because she is in such a bright spotlight and so fucking popular, you know what I mean? Like people are just like, they flock around it. They watch her. They're trying to fucking figure something out. They're trying to be the first person to break something, you know, and it's really sad that when you are that famous and popular, 100% Edward Hyde.
Great comment.
You under a microscope like that. It's really unfortunate. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. And there are a million people, Rachel, to your point, and to Lexi's point in the chat. Like I understand that there are things that are sensitive. And I understand that in 2024, where no one should be judged for who they're sleeping with or who they like or how they live, or what color they are, or what sex they are. Like there should be none of that at this point. But unfortunately, it does still exist, and in some areas, much more heavily than others. You know, and there is some like a lot of progress has been made, and then like it's like, you know, 2 steps forward, 2 steps back. So it's really unfortunate that we're even having this conversation. in January of 2024.
It really is.
Stupid as fucked up,
really
and
is. And Sabrina, she might get married to Travis Khaleesi pretty soon too. So you never even know, you know.
Khaleesi?
It's
That could
worse
be
every
happening.
time you
Where are
say
my
it.
dragons?
I can't.
It gets
I
worse.
cannot.
It might be happening tomorrow for all I know. It might be a Christmas miracle. It's a New Year's miracle. It's a baby is born. I don't know.
I
A
don't think
baby's
she's
born.
trying
Why
to get
not?
married. I think she's just trying to do her fucking tour, put out her fucking music, and live her fucking life.
Let her go to a
Money,
Chiefs
money,
game. Let her
money.
hang out with her fucking friends.
She seems
Who
she
gives
seems
a
like
fuck?
she likes this guy. Bisexual
Yep.
queen from Kruse
Yep.
Control, the most bisexual show on YouTube.
It sure is. Sure
Just
is.
get in there. Just get in there, Tay-Tay. Get in there, Tay-Tay. Have a good time. But Tay-Tay is in the news again. And I got to say, leave her alone. Leave her alone. New York Times, who are you with your subscription base? Leave her
New
alone.
York Times,
Yeah.
shocking. Like it's a very reputable fucking. That's kind of
That's
fucked
what
up.
I'm
That's what-
saying.
That's
yes,
that's
very
what, yeah.
reputable.
Yeah.
It's just, they're not going to get in trouble because it's an opinion piece. As long as they call
I
it
mean,
a fucking
no one-
op-ed, they're
Lyrical
not going to get in
analysis
trouble.
Well,
opinion
I mean,
piece. It's a
Look at
fair
Amber
ground.
Heard. Look at
Yeah,
Amber
we
Heard.
had this really great thing, and I don't think anyone reads magazines anymore anyway. So what does it matter?
Yeah. It doesn't matter. You know, but people they might not read magazines. People do pay attention to the
The
news
New York
every
Times
day.
is a newspaper. The New Yorker is
and
a
some-
magazine.
Well, yeah. I'm just saying.
No one reads
People
papers
pay
anymore
attention to
either.
it. People pay attention to
What's
it. People
this
pay
paper you
attention to the
speak
news.
of?
You got to be careful what you say. You got to worry about opinion pieces. You got to worry about relationships. Look at Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, how that worked out. And somebody else that was like big in the limelight too, that's worried about fucking relationships and worried about his career and everything else. It's Jonathan Majors. And Jonathan Majors is back in the news, everybody, because Jonathan Majors now sat down with his very first interview since the whole trial, since he got convicted for sexual assault. And he sat down with ABC and he said a lot of things. He said he was shocked. He was afraid when he heard the verdict. He was shocked and afraid. He was upset. He looked very upset. I get it.
You
are
think that's
upset.
how his girlfriend felt?
I guess I'm
Tokyo.
saying that's
Too soon?
there's a lot of
No,
there's
my
a lot of
Tokyo.
that in that relationship. Well, I have a relationship, but you know, he seemed sincere. I would say he is an actor, but he seemed sincere. But he said that like there's some shit in this interview. It's like if you saw, he said this in his text messages to her that he read in court, something similar. But he said if you saw a black man chasing a woman like this, he'd be shot. That was one thing he said.
Oh, boy.
So why is this? Why like, how is this? This is different. This is a totally different situation. He also said that the prosecution told him that he wouldn't take responsibility after this interview came out. He's still doubling down. He said he never touched her. He said he doesn't know how she got those injuries at all in the car. He was only injured with scratches on his face and his hand that was from her nails, but he was never injured, or she was never injured in the car, so he has no idea how she got those. He did say that he wishes he would never, stay in the car, never have gotten in the car, never try to put her back in the car. And he says his career will come back. He hopes that this is God's path. And then again, they've been said during the trial, he was very religious and he brought a Bible every day. But he said that this may be God's path for some reason, that God has to have him go down this path so he can come back some way. And he's still with Megan Good. She was there during the interview too. He's hoping for a second chance, and he thinks he can be redeemed eventually. And he also agreed that he was suicidal. He said that he's been suicidal his whole life. He said that he just deals with it now. He goes to therapy and he fights it, but it's always there. And that's why in those text messages, he said that kind of thing because he thought about killing himself. But he's doing the work, he said, and he said that he hasn't seen a 7-year-old daughter since all this went down too, which I didn't even know he had a 7-year-old daughter. I'm like, what? But he was just pretty much like, this isn't
Why
me.
is he
I
not
didn't
seeing
do
her?
this.
Is he like for what reason?
He's not allowed to see her now because of the trial. He's being cut off by his ex-significant other to see his daughter because of everything that went down with the trial. And so, unfortunately, he has not seen his daughter since everything happened. But again, he said he's very happy with Megan Good. He called her his Coretta, which I think is kind of funny that he was trying to get Gracie to be like, Martin Luther King's wife or Michelle Obama, you know what I mean? Like, and he's like, well, this is her. Then she still should have sacrificed more like I did to have a better relationship. But he also said it was a tax relationship. It was a bad relationship and I should have left a long time ago. That happens. But honestly, he still has never like said anything that it just seemed like it is with Amber Heard, the Amber Heard night, the Amber Heard did the same thing. They brought, sit down interview. Didn't help her at all. Can this actually help his career? Will this actually make something change? Honestly, they has not been sentenced yet. That goes down in February. We'll find out what they actually say. I don't think he's going to get a slap on the wrist, I think, and go home. He's not going to go to jail, I think, for a year. But I just don't know what this actually does besides him trying to rebuild his career. And again, ABC is owned by Disney, who fired him, which is also weird. I'll just say that right now. Disney did this interview. So is Disney trying to, help soften the blow of what happened with King to Conquer? Brittany, what do you think? You hear about this. Do you think that Jonathan Majors can be redeemed? Is he sincere? Is this real? Or do you think that this will do nothing for his career and, people won't believe him and he's done?
I mean, it's all relative. I personally don't believe him. And I wouldn't give him his job back. Like, of course you're going to be remorseful. Of course you're going to do an interview. Of course you're going to try to get your $1 million career back. Like, honestly, you know what I mean? Of course you're going to do that.
Thanks,
Why
Edwin.
wouldn't you're like, you're losing a lot of money. And I don't like just the things, the facts that came out at the trial were very telling, in my opinion. And they found him guilty of whatever, two of 4 charges, right? So half the charges.
Yeah.
He was found guilty of, and the other 2 he wasn't. I think that was a very fair decision upon the jury's part. I think they deliberated properly. That they were in deliberation for a long time. Like I don't think I don't know. I don't think that going on TV and being like, I'm so sorry for upsetting people and things and stuff. And by the way, if it were the other way around, I would have been shot. And also, this woman's way better than that woman. Like, I mean, what kind of argument is that anyway?
He did say that she's better than him. Yeah,
Right,
she's
but
definitely better.
He insinuated it by saying what he said. Because he said that she was not good enough. Like, he wanted a Michelle Obama, and she was not a Michelle Obama, the woman who he assaulted.
Yeah, it was with. Yeah,
right. But the girl he's with now, he's like, she is that person. So you're basically, without specifically saying it, saying that she was lesser and that this person is what she needs to be. And now you're in a healthy relationship because you're with someone who is a Michelle Obama type instead of a whatever you want to call her. Like, and the suicide thing, I can't speak for whether he was suicidal or not. Mental health is a really serious, thing. But the fact that her ex killed himself seems like a pretty messed up thing to throw on someone after you assault them. So I don't know. I personally, I'm sure he will act again. I just don't think it's going to be like tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I think he will have a career again. I think it's going to take some time. Again, this is misdemeanor offense. I think eventually, a couple of years down the line, he'll be fine. Look at Kevin Spacey's coming back. So anybody can come back. Brandon, I don't know if we talked about Jonathan Majors with you before. Were you a fan of his King the Conqueror? And do you think that Marvel did the right move here? And can he have a career again?
Oh yeah,
really?
Honestly,
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry,
honest.
Brandon. I'm sorry. I don't mean to stop you.
What's up?
But I just wanted to tell Queen really quickly that he had initially said with the ex, with Megan, what's her name? No, Megan Good's the new one. What's her name?
Grace Jabari.
Thank you, Jabari. He had said that she wasn't, like, in their arguments in their text, like she was not a great enough woman for him, essentially.
Yeah.
So like he needed someone who was like a Michelle Obama, and like she wasn't good enough. So that's why that came up in conversation. I'm so sorry, Brent.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to interrupt you. Carry on,
It's
sir.
all fine. Yeah. I really think that honestly that Marvel did good to let him go immediately. He's going to be a hard one to replace. I think they might have to just try and change the whole entire MCU to begin with. But besides that, if he did it, he should be he did it and he should get punished for it. I think that Megan Good's testimony actually kind of really helped him from not getting guilty on all 4 counts. I can't speak for too much because, it's just, again, we look too much into these people. We really do. And sometimes power gets to your head a little bit and maybe you make mistakes. And should you pay for them? Absolutely. I kind of wanted, I didn't but like Warner Brothers should have got rid of Amber Heard immediately after that. So what Disney and Marvel did? Yeah, that definitely. Do a full-time investigation, find out what you know, and let the evidence speak for itself. There's no right, wrong, unless there is enough evidence to support that. And I don't know. I just feel like, again, we shine out too much of a light onto these people. And sometimes that light gets into their head. And if you do have mental health, again, sometimes like shining a pedestal upon people that, have, not everything going up, it's not good. It's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
So, that's my opinion.
And it's got to be, again, yeah, you're right. Like sometimes people just change from things, they lose themselves. Some bad shit happens though too in the relationships, and we don't really know the inner workings of this besides what we saw.
Yeah.
So in the trial, and we didn't even see all the trials. So I think he'll have a career though. I think it'll come back though around. I think it will. It just takes time.
Yeah, I agree. I think he will. I think he is a great actor. He should definitely. I mean, he should reflect and change if that's what happened, or not, and just come back stronger from this. Let God do what He wants. If you believe that, and then He'll pay for the way.
Yeah. Do you think, Kate Jacob? I'm going to Kate Jacob quickly. Kate Jacob, do you think that Jonathan Majors is because he does seem, if you see the interview, it does seem like he feels bad about it. Do you think he feels bad about everything? You think he's actually thinking about like maybe what went wrong in this relationship, or do you think that he is an actor? He is an actor. That's the thing.
So,
do you think that Marvel would ever forgive him?
Difficulties. I was hoping when my shit came back to working, we'd be done with this. But I was watching that Jonathan Majors interview, and I was like, "Why am I watching this?" And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, "Damn!" I saw him, start to tear up, and I started to tear up, and I was like, "What a fucking shame that he was such a great actor that we're not going to see anymore."
Yeah, I don't know if he'll never be back to Marvel. I don't think, right?
No,
that's it. He's a fucking actor. Like, come on, that interview, there was nothing hard. That interview was the same as me seeing him walk into the fucking courthouse with a Bible. When the fuck did you find God? Like, where's your old time religion? What the fuck are you going on about, man? Like, you fucked up. You say, well, what I should have done different was I should have fucking left. Yeah, you should have fucking left. The signs were there.
And she should have left.
I get it.
She should have left.
Both of them should have fucking walked away.
The situation.
Everybody should have left. You're right.
Listen, I can sit here and I can preach about that all goddamn day, but I've been in that situation. I understand when you're in a toxic relationship, sometimes it's difficult. But you gotta fucking
He was the abuser.
leave.
She was the abused. She should have left. I'm not saying it's easy, and she couldn't. Obviously, she was desperately in love with this man.
They both should have walked away.
Why people don't leave.
And I'm only going off
I'm
of
just saying, like, for
Jonathan
him to say
Majors'
he should have
heartfelt
left,
interview
he was
that
the
he
one
was
abusing
giving,
her.
and that's what I'm going off of.
It's insulting.
I'm just speaking sarcastically on his point where he was talking about he should have walked away, and it's like, yeah, you should have fucking walked away instead of beating her up and all this other shit. And you're like, you ruined your fucking career, dude. And I was joking because
oh no.
Yeah.
I mean, abusers don't want to walk away because they want to abuse. So she's like, for him to say that is insulting to anyone who's ever been abused.
Yeah. Rachel, what do you think, though? You hear about this. Do you think that Majors will have a career again? Will these interviews help his reputation? Do you think this will help his healing process, maybe? What do you think is going to happen? Any kind of ramifications from this? Or will it be like the same thing as Amber Heard, where it's just like, it happened, it's done, we move on?
I would hope that he wouldn't have a career. Because domestic violence is unacceptable entirely. You don't do that. I think he will probably have a comeback at some point because we live in a society that doesn't give a shit about women. So he will probably have a career, unfortunately. I don't think he should, but he needs to shut the fuck up if he wants to have a career at all. He needs to stop doing this press tour right now and just lay low for some time. And I think it's absolutely appalling that he's going to compare his significant others to Michelle Obama and Loretta King, and therefore likening himself to Barack Obama and Martin Luther King Jr. Like, shut the fuck up, dude.
Yeah.
I am 100% sure that Barack never hit Michelle. So...
Yeah. And the thing is, too, it's like you're just digging your grave deeper. And he didn't want to testify in the trial. He said he wouldn't testify because it was like this whole thing. He's like, I testified. It's going to change the dynamic. Let the story tell itself. And then afterwards, you do this. You should just testify if you think that this really matters at this point. But just at this point, just go away. You lost the contract. He was supposed to make a lot of money off the next Marvel movies.
Yeah.
He was supposed to make. He was supposed to go from scale to the $1 Million Club, and now he lost all of it. So it's got to suck. And maybe he's resentful for that. He's upset about it. But you dig your own grave. Unfortunately, dig your own grave.
Abusers and men in particular have this, who are in Hollywood, have this perception that they are invincible. He thought he was going to get away with this 100%. It never occurred to him that he would suffer consequences.
He even said, he was like, I was shocked this happened. But I'm like, are you shocked? Like, how are you shocked? Like, when you see evidence build up, and then they didn't even talk about in the interview about the stuff that happened in London. They talked about him throwing the candle, but that was it. And that happens. Like, people freak out and like do something that has happened to people. But like when you start touching somebody else and hurting somebody else, and it amplifies up to something else, that means you just stayed too long into something that you should not be in. And also, like, you let yourself get there. You got to deal with that shit now. So Jonathan Majors, unfortunately, if you ask me, I think he screwed the pooch a lot of ways, and he'll take a long path back from that. Maybe he'll come back. How like you say, Rachel, he'll probably come back. Look at Kevin's face again. You got Kevin Spacey's coming back.
Look at
it won't be tomorrow.
What's his fuck's name?
Should come back, but
Sean Penn. Sean Penn beat the shit out of Madonna, and he still has a career.
It happens.
And she was famous.
A lot of domestic abuse. A lot of domestic abuse happen.
Damn. Oh.
But Jonathan Majors, the interview's out there. You can watch it right now. ABC is like, hey, everybody, check it out. And they had 2 parts. They broke it up. It was like 6-minute parts. And I think there's more coming. So the full thing out on Paramount Plus, I think tomorrow. Or is it?
I don't know why they're giving him a platform. That's what I don't understand. ABC fired ABC's owned by Disney, like you mentioned.
Yeah,
they fired his ass. Why are you giving him a platform?
That's a
no idea.
Point. That is a good point, actually.
But they are. Anyways, everybody, it's odd. It's weird. The mouse doesn't usually like that shit, but the mouse is letting it slide this time around. So get ready, Jonathan Majors. More's coming. More information from him, from the words of the man himself, and we'll find out next month what the verdict will be for his sentencing, and we'll report on that when it comes around. And we're always here for that. But something I'm more excited about to talk about, because I don't think Jonathan Majors I think he wishes he would have been here last night at the Golden Globes. But the Golden Globes went down last night, and we got to talk about it because there's a lot of stuff that I think might be a little controversial. Maybe it's not. But Barbenheimer, it seems like Oppenheimer won last night over Barbie, and I can't wait to ask Rachel about that. But that leads me to our featured story of the night. Come on. All right, everybody, I want to talk about the Golden Globes, and in case you didn't see it, I'm going to go through some of these very quickly. What happened, of course, there's a lot of awards that happen here. Best Picture musical went to Poor Things. Best Picture actually went to Oppenheimer. Best Animated, The Boy and the Heron. I didn't hear about that, whatever. Cinematic Box Office Achievement, made the most money. Of course, Barbie got this. Best Performance is a Male Drama. Cillian Murphy fucking kills it all the time. There's also some stuff there. I'm guessing like Bradley Cooper was probably like, what the fuck? But that's how it goes sometimes. Lily Gladstone goes to The Flower Moon again for Best Female Actor. That's awesome. Brilliant. Emma Stone for comedy, Poor Things. You got Paul Giamatti for The Holdovers. I kind of wish Nicolas Cage would have won that from Dream Scenario, because I love Nick Cage, friend of the show, fan of the show, the man of the show. Well, she would have got it, but we know what it is. Robert Downey Jr., of course, I'm happy for him for Best Male Supporting. Davine Joy Randolph, she's fucking great too. Good for her, fucking for The Holdovers. I haven't seen that, but I heard it's great as well. Best Director Nolan, good old Christopher Nolan with the Best Director hitting out there. I mean, so much, but again, Greta Gerwig again. I'm guessing Rachel might be out. A lot of people probably mad about that too. Best screenplay. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that happened here. Of course, Barbie got Best Music. What was I Made For? Best Song. That was a great song. Made sense in the movie. Worked really well. The TV Succession you got for Best TV Show. A lot of TV actors from Succession won. According to Kieran Culkin, who had some great. Actually, had a fun thing where he was like, I didn't think I'd ever be here again, but and honestly, it was fun to see. Here's a whole breakdown. I think I should read all of it of all the people that actually won. Overall, I didn't think it was that stellar of a night. I mean, I didn't think it was as entertaining or exciting. I watched it. I got bored at times. Some of the speeches were good. Again, Cillian Murphy talking about Christopher Nolan not allowing chairs on set. That was awesome because he doesn't. He was like, there's no place for actors to sit. There's no place for anybody to sit, man. But he joked about it because he loves Christopher Nolan, and they've had a huge path together. And a lot of upsets here, but also like a lot of great things, if you ask me. So overall, I think the Grammy or the Golden Globes were fun. But I like to see everybody else thought, because there are some upsets, if you ask me, and I'm interested to see. So let's go around the table right now and see what about the Golden Globes. Big night for Hollywood. Of course, the Oscars are coming next. May, oh, it's gone. Sabrina, you saw the Golden Globes. Do you think that there's anything that stands out that's like controversial to you? Something that you were like, not right? Because again, like I think Oppenheimer got like 5 awards. They get the best of the whole night. Barbie only got a couple, but I mean, they're still. I thought it would get more. Probably get more in the Oscars. And it was a very split night. Poor Things got a lot of stuff too. What do you think about this? Was it good? Was it bad? Did it seem like did they get it right? Did they get it right?
I mean, I unfortunately I can't say if they got it right or not because I haven't seen all the films. So that's a little bit on me. I think that this Anatomy of a Fall is supposed to be spectacular. So I hear it's a really amazing screenplay. I believe it's a French film. And that one best screenplay. I think people were like really surprised and like not thrilled with that, which it is what it is. What you were saying, what was it? The animated film, The Boy and the Heron. It's like actually has like a powerhouse cast. It's like Dave Bautista, Christian Bale, Willem Dafoe, Robert Pattinson, Florence Pugh. Like it has a ton of people. Mark Hamill, Dan Stevens. Just a ton of people were in that, and it's supposed to be really spectacular. I was kind of shocked that it, beat out Into the Spider-Verse and like Mario, which also grossed $1 billion. I mean, I would have definitely gone with the Spider-Verse situation or multiverse over Mario, but I'm really surprised at that one, and I'm actually kind of glad that it did. Because again, I didn't see it, but I heard it's amazing. I know a lot of people have seen it. But it's just hard to speak on things that you haven't seen. And I don't want to say that anyone didn't get what they deserved because I haven't seen all the movies. That being said, Poor Things also I'm very excited for. I hear it's like very spectacularly weird and that Emma Stone does an amazing job and I really love her. So I believe that was a good choice. Again, going from people that I know have seen it, she always does a just really, really good job. So I think that was a big thing. Cillian Murphy also, again, always does a really good job. I believe that he probably deserved that as well. My thing is like that you did not mention for me is that The Bear swept like TV.
The Bear did too.
Yeah,
Jeremy Allen White won. What is her name? Frig. I can't pronounce it terribly. She played April in the.
You're not the wrong person. Yeah,
I would love to pronounce her name properly. But she also won. Also, the show won itself. And Jeremy Allen White, I believe, won 2 years in a row for this, and he's up against Ted Lasso. Like Jason Sudeikis, like all, like these. There was a lot of shows in that
competition.
So I feel like that one category, maybe, like you could have flipped a coin and picked a winner of almost all of those, all of that TV comedy / musical situation, because there's so many really, really good nominees in that category. And I'm a little bit surprised that The Bear swept everything. I'm a fan of the show. I love that show. I binge watched the second season. The first, like Jeremy Allen White is spectacular. By the way, he did I believe it's Calvin Klein. I'm not sure, but you could just Google underwear ad Jeremy Allen White. He broke the internet when this shit came out. Like broke the fucking internet in his underwear. So apparently, Lip from Shameless has some real sex appeal going on for himself. I feel like I
Cruise Control in underwear.
We'll do it next week. The Saltburn Cruise Control episode.
The Saltburn Cruise Control. He's not in Saltburn. Leave him alone. How dare you?
I'm just saying. I'm trying to put in the whole thing. Yeah, but I already got ripped for what's it called? The hand, the
Iron Claw.
Iron Claw. Yeah, Iron Claw. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a beautiful movie. I laughed and smiled for the first hour, and I cried.
And then you cried the rest of the time.
The second hour, it's unbelievable.
As got my boy Zac Efron, the man can act.
If you want to see Zac in underwear, you want to see James in underwear, go watch the Iron Claw. Those guys look excellent.
You mean Jeremy?
It's so good.
Jeremy, I'm sorry.
It's a good night though. It's a good night for cinema, I think, overall. We're finally been waiting for a long time for these award shows to come back, so it's pretty exciting.
Christopher Nolan won an Oscar for Best Director, or won a Golden Globe for Best Director. Let's rein it in on the Peloton tenant situation, sir. How about that?
Right? That's what I was saying, bro. You just
made fun of my Peloton.
Peloton game.
You know what? Too, it was a night of it wasn't like it was super impressive, but there was a ton of historical things. For example, Cillian Murphy. He had been nominated before, but had never won. So this was his first Golden Globe. And
Mhm.
you guys know that I've been raving. I can't speak. I've been raving about Killers of the Flower Moon and how just amazing it is. Lily Gladstone is the first Native American woman, Native American actor, period,
Woo!
to win a Golden Globe. So she broke fucking history, and I was so happy to see that.
Yeah.
Especially as someone who has a kid that's Native, he now sees representation. Once again, I'm here for it. I love it, and it's well deserved because if you guys have not watched that movie yet, I cannot recommend it enough. Like, look, I loved the wrestling movie, The Iron Claw. But damn it, Killers of the Flower Moon is just unbelievably fucking good. All
Mhm.
around, Leo deserves a fucking Oscar for that shit. Like, I
Comedies
mean, come
have
on,
their
it's like I
own
get to see
categories,
myself on
Edward.
screen. Yeah, I like money.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking great. Like
Mhm.
it's just beautiful story. So like super proud that she won. Ricky Gervais. There
Yeah,
was
Ricky
like
Gervais.
new winning categories, and so someone asked in the comments, was Ricky Gervais hosting? He wasn't. It was Joe Coy. But Ricky
Yeah.
Gervais won a new category they invented for
Oh, the stand-up
stand-ups, which
thing,
is
yeah.
great that they're giving
Yeah.
stand-ups nods. So you know
Yes.
what, Zach, if you work on your material down the road, you might get one too, just like Ricky did last night, the first one. So like, there's progress happening here, and it's awesome to see that. Like it's all around new things, people being recognized for their work, and like categories being created to accommodate these new positions. And I love seeing that. So yeah, it may not have been like super wow, but there was
Mhm.
a ton of historical things happening at the Globes. And you know what they say, the Globes is the front runner for like whatever happens here, you're gonna start seeing,
For the
if you win the
Oscars.
Globes, you tend to win the Oscars, you tend to win the Academy.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. I'm really excited to see how the Academy goes. Because even though Nolan swept the awards, there's still potential at the Oscars and the Academy to completely, backfire
Very
on
different.
him and go right
Very
to
different.
Barbie. If they put
Yep.
Barbie in the appropriate category for screenplay, original screenplay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
That's my
You
rant. I
know.
want to get that out in case my power dies on me again. I went to phone, guys, so I hope you can hear me well.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming back.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
you're
don't know what's
you're right.
happening. Sorry.
They don't.
Brandon, anything stand out for you that was like exciting, happy about, and stuff you hate about the Golden Globes, or anything that you were like, oh, this makes sense? Of course, the Barbenheimer thing was a big movement this year. Do you think that could, like Kate Jacobs said, it could switch where Barbie could get the Oscars for things? Like, what do you think about the Golden Globes?
I think it's actually possible because not many people. I don't even know if you guys know this, but this is the first year that the Golden Globes is owned by a different production company. They're actually owned by Dick Clark Productions. It's a subsidiary of Rolling Stones, actually. So this is the first time with a new owner, new venue, and a new network, CBS.
Just
So this is
cool
the
shit
first time.
happening. It's crazy.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff happening. So honestly, we're breaking new ground, obviously, with new people, new categories. So it actually might be that this is the first year where we see kind of a difference, where this is more kind of a voted on by a poll than the normal like the secret group and a secret meeting and of Hollywood people.
Yeah.
Yeah, the jerk off
exactly.
handshake. Yeah,
Yeah, the
that
jerk off
shitty.
handshake, as we all know, the circle jerk of life, and then yeah. So who knows? I think it's possible. Yeah, for sure.
And they had a lot of
But,
problems too, Brandon, before. Like Tom Cruise gave his Golden Globes back too because they had a lot of problems before in the past.
yeah.
So I think that because of that, like behind the scenes thing, people are just like, this needs to stop right now, which is great that it did and it changed. And you're right, CBS does one now. It's awesome. Yes,
Yep.
Sabrina?
Well, and what Brian said too, that new voting system, it made the wins, even though, you don't always agree with it, it did make the wins feel more like, okay, I feel like people who saw this shit actually voted for it. Like, it doesn't feel like
Yes.
a handout. Like, it feels like they actually won, if that makes sense. Like, it feels
Yeah.
genuine. Unlike, our actual elections, this felt genuine. Even though I don't always agree with the wins by Nolan, this felt genuine. So, like, whatever the
I
Golden
love.
Globes did for the poll tallies, we should throw that shit in our election system. Get that shit going.
Yeah.
Bring back
Dismantle the
Sabrina?
Electoral College.
Right.
Agreed. The Golden Globes was not rated great. Joe Coy apparently tanked as the host. He was
Yeah.
throwing the writers under
People
the bus
hated him.
during his monologue.
He
He's like, well,
was.
jokes
He
I wrote,
was.
you people are laughing at, and the wrote just shit other people wrote. You don't think it's funny. It was kind of rough. I don't think it did very well, like as a show. But the other thing I wanted to mention was no one mentioned Beef. Ali
Yeah,
Wong
Beef,
and
limited
Steven
series.
Yeun
Yeah, they took like
fucking also
three.
swept that category as well. They did. It was great. Ali Wong won. Steven Yeun won. The show won. Also a great
Yeah.
show. If you guys haven't seen it, check it out. It's a
Excellent
really,
show.
really,
It's a
really
very
great
nice
show. So I just wanted
It
to
throws
mention
you
that.
for a loop. It's great.
Can't do a Golden Globes coverage and not mention, one of the things that literally swept their category as well. So
Yeah, I mean, best
Clams
female
out here
TV drama,
slinging
Sarah
jokes.
Snook.
That's a great joke. That is a funny joke.
Will Smith to come over and that would bring in ratings. That would bring in
well, if
ratings.
they turned it off during the monologue because Joe Coy sucked so bad, then they wouldn't have even gotten to the slap. But it would have gotten a lot of YouTube.
It made me giggle.
Slap him
it's
during
still
the
popular.
monologue. Be like, you know what? This monologue just
Jump up
fucking
and slap
sucks.
Joe Coy.
Out.
Be like, listen.
Yeah.
He even said, he goes, I found out 2 weeks ago I was doing this. I had no time. It's like, whatever. It's like, we're just doing our best. These people have months before they know they're going to be doing an award show. It's it is what it is.
Yeah.
He was all right, but I guess
The guy
people
last year
like
didn't do great either. Gerard Carmichael, he didn't do spectacular either. Like I think whoever said, let's go back to Ricky Gervais. Bring it back.
Ricky Gervais
Oh,
every
Ricky
time, like
Gervais.
hands down, Ricky Gervais every time.
Iconic.
I mean, hell, he was so good he won an award. They keep
Rachel, how do you feel
handing
about the
man
Golden
awards.
Globes? Do you like the Golden Globes, Rachel? Were they good for you? Entertaining? Do you think that these awards? Are you upset about Barbie a little bit? How do you feel about the awards?
Barbie was robbed. Margot Robbie is a delight.
She's a delight.
Ryan Gosling in particular was robbed, 100%, because he was in a mixed category.
Mm-hmm.
He was in a mixed category with drama and comedy. So he didn't of course people are going to vote for Oppenheimer over Barbie in a mixed category because they want to feel pretentious. Go fuck off. Same thing with Best Director. Nolan can fuck himself and his Peloton. Greta Gerwig is a genius. Those are kind of my big feelings. I think it's really interesting that Billie Eilish is 22 years old and won award from EGOTing. All she needs is a Tony and she's got a fucking EGOT, and she would be by far the youngest EGOT. Yeah. So great for her. Like, she's fucking killing it.
I love her.
That's amazing. That's an amazing accomplishment, especially for somebody so young. Not many people out there have 3 out of 4 awards for EGOTs, and she's
especially at 22.
I agree with High too. Godzilla was definitely snubbed as well.
Yeah, I was about to say the same thing. Godzilla.
And notice that there's a ton of excellent movies that came out. The Golden Globe only caters to the actual big studios. You have the big studios. There was no A24 films. Where the fuck was the Iron Claw? That movie was brilliant. I cried like a fucking baby for a whole hour. And the first hour I was smiling and laughing. Like, that movie moved me. So
I heard that a lot that people
cried
during that.
Not being showed, why are they not being nominated? Because they're independent.
Well, Dream Scenario got nominated.
Independent categories.
These award shows are all a racket anyway. It's all people going out and campaigning for themselves to win these damn awards. So it's
to put their movie out there. Yeah,
it's a show.
It's as worth it as any other award, which is kind of I'm glad that what was it called? The one with Pattinson in it, the animated one.
Heron.
Getting recognition as probably Hayao Miyazaki's last film.
Yes.
So that film is getting the recognition it deserves. It's
The Boy and the Heron.
Boy and the Heron. That's
So that I'm glad that's getting the recognition it deserves. Barbie was robbed. Christopher Nolan can suck it. Those are my thoughts.
I still love Nolan though. I know I love I love Greta too, but I just think that it's gonna be interesting to see how this plays into the Oscars.
Yeah, she won over him, man. Honestly,
I feel like normally it switches. It does switch a lot from it. Sometimes,
like creative control wise, like I mean, come on, like he won't let people sit in chairs. You know what I mean? Like she's making shit out of nothing. Like his story is based on like a true thing. Like she. Again, it's Judd Apatow. It's an original screenplay, right? We're saying,
yeah.
Well, everyone knows too. You make a movie about World War II, you're winning.
Oh, but
he made that movie to win
awards related to
awards.
World War II and whatever was happening during World War II, and you're gonna fucking win.
Yeah.
Period.
I'm just saying, directing wise, I mean, you have a lot of spectacular actors and a good script. You go and let them do their job. Like the Barbie thing was a lot like, being like Ryan Gosling, you gonna have to do some weird ass shit and fucking come out of your normal self to do this part. Like I think she did a lot of hands-on directing. Whereas Christopher Nolan probably was like, let's do this 14,000 times. I'm going to give you a few light notes. Maybe we do this, maybe we do that. And like, whatever. Like, it's not, I don't think there was much character development going on between the director and the actor because he surrounded themselves.
That's not really Nolan's style, though. Nolan's very hands-on.
Leonardo DiCaprio got snubbed.
Yeah,
Yeah, he did, but Nolan's very hands-on.
Okay, he's gonna, Oscars. Let's
DiCaprio's gonna go home to his 22-year-old girlfriend, and he'll be fine.
He's gonna go home and he's gonna start working on Scorsese's next film, and that's gonna be Jesus Christ. So we'll talk about that probably next time we're on the show, but that's happening as well. So, anyways, I think the Golden Globe still it's it's just putting something out for the Oscars. It's the first step to that, and of course, a lot of these awards might go to the same people, but I think that things do change, and I don't think that Nolan should be super. I think he should be excited, but I don't think he should be like, I've got this in the bag because what is Barbie made for? That's the question. Probably to win an Oscar.
I want Billie Eilish to go do a Broadway musical now. Get that bitch a Tony.
Yeah.
She might. She has to do it. She wants to be an EGOT. She got to do that shit. She can make it happen.
Right now, she doesn't have to be in it. She could write it.
So Billie,
right now, the youngest EGOT is 40. Yeah. So she's got a good few years here to be the youngest EGOT.
18.
Yeah. All the years. She has all the years.
She's got time to be the youngest EGOT.
Yeah,
so.
she got time. She can make it happen. Yeah. Golden Globes, everybody. If you're watching, you love it, let us know. Comment, give us some notes about what you think about the show, and keep coming back. So we're having a great time. And I honestly think that it's fun to watch these award shows. But again, they are where they are, and I'm excited about the Oscars, and I'm excited for the people that won. Some great speeches, and I'm happy for them because honestly, it's a lot of work everybody puts into set every day to make these productions for you, for the fans, for everybody out there to bring entertainment to life, and it's great to get that recognized every once in a while, but also, hey, it's fun. Hollywood's fun. So that's all I gotta say. Anyways, everybody, thanks for being here on Kruse Control. Appreciate you as always. Hope you had a great time as we do. Every day we're here on the show, kicking some ass, having fun, talking about the news, and having, a few drinks on Fridays, maybe one or two during the week. It depends. It happens once in a while. But anyways, thank you for being here. Mr. K. Jacob, thank you as always for being here on Kruse Control. Check out IPA Sessions podcast. You can find it all across on all the social media attached to this feed right now and all the individual shorts. Kate Jacob, thank you for being here. Hope you had a great time, and hope you have a great New Year coming here, man. Can't wait to have you back to talk some more. Happy New Year.
Thank you. Yeah, I love being here all the time, and thank you for the plug. IPA Sessions. We are on YouTube now. IPA Sessions podcast. Go check it out. We have live video feed. I took your brilliant idea of doing a live show and just recorded on video and edited it so I look better. But you can now see all the amazing artists I interview, and you can watch them all. It's great.
Yeah.
So yes, please check out my YouTube page. We are live on video. We just released a Christmas special. The new season starts in February.
Nice.
Check it out. Coming back for more.
Really quick, if you're still watching, please can you just throw a like up really quick if you're still here and you're still watching, and obviously you didn't hate it, so please give us a little thumbs up in the YouTube. Yeah. Thank you. Love you. Appreciate you.
And thank you, Sabrina,
give it a like anyway.
Yeah, give it a like. Thank you, Sabrina. Appreciate you as always. Hope you had a great time.
Thank you. Yeah, it was a very interesting show. A lot of topics. As Zach had mentioned earlier, though, we missed the Cat Williams thing, so I said we cover that on Wednesday. So
we're covering on Wednesday. I'm waiting to see more of how it develops, but there's a lot happening with that too. That's coming up. So yeah, we're gonna talk about that some more.
Thanks, guys. Again, hit the like if you can, subscribe if you haven't. Really appreciate you and your support. The show would not be the same without you. Thank you, everyone. Bye, Queen. Bye, GR. Bye, Edward. Bye, Zach. By Lexi, by anyone else who I missed. There was another someone I saw for a second, but I can't remember your name. You were a new fellow. Good. Thank you to you as well. Hope you're still here. Hope you come back. Thank you, guys.
Yeah. Brandon, thank you for coming back to Kruse Control. Brandon Olsberg, it's been a long time. Happy to see you again. It was so good to chat with you again. Thank you for being here on Kruse Control. Hope to have you back soon, man. Hope life keeps kicking ass for you. And yeah, come back anytime. Love seeing you. Love talking.
Absolutely. Thank you. And if I may do a kind of a soft plug here, check out Death and Other Details on Hulu on January 16th. It was the last thing I did before I finally went on the big strike-a-rooney. So definitely check that out. It's a fantastic. I guarantee you will not guess who did it. But if you do, you're lying. So great, thank you so much.
make sure if you can send me kind of links to it, and I'll attach them to all the videos and stuff, so we get that out there too, and we'll pitch it for you, of course. Yeah. Appreciate you, man. We just gotta keep spreading the love. That's how it goes.
I love it. I feel it.
I appreciate you back. Miss Rachel Blakely, thank you too for being on Kruse Control. As always, happy Monday. The Queen of Monday is back, everybody. And we'll be back here next Monday doing some more. Thank you for being here, Rachel. Been a great time. Appreciate you as always bringing in. And Barbie will do good. Barbie will still do with the oxygen. Just saying, she'll be fine.
Barbie better do well at the Oscar. I could not believe the snubs. Nobody liked Oppenheimer. Anyone who I've talked to who watched Oppenheimer was like, meh. Just because it covers a tragic event doesn't mean
it's tragic.
There's all these awards.
I don't know. I just think that there's some to do with the acting that people.
Is what I strive for. So thank you.
Yeah. it's interesting. That's what I'm saying. I'm waiting to see what happens in the Oscars. We'll have to wait and see because I think it's not going to be as clean the house as this was. We'll have to wait and see again. Time will tell. We'll know soon enough. So, anyways, thank you all for being here on Kruse Control. Appreciate you as always. I'm happy to have all the guests here, and I'm happy to chat about the news. It's fun. We're monetized again. We'll say it one more time. Monetized. We got 1,137 subscribers. Appreciate you as always for bringing it in. And we made like $5. Give it, something like that. But keep bringing in the love. Keep bringing it in. This is a new year. It's a new start. It's a new day for Kruse Control. And as you keep coming back and telling your friends to keep watching it and telling all your animal creatures out there in the world too, we get bigger and bigger and bigger, and we can bring better and bigger shows to you as well, and bigger guests. And I said on Friday, we're trying to figure out this week we might have the creators of the Mickey Mouse Steamboat Willie horror movie spinoff coming, talking with them, trying to schedule that. So it'll be this week or next week. We'll be talking to them about that. And you'll see changes like that coming this year on Kruse Control. Thank you so much for being here. It's because of you joining us and subscribing that makes this happen. But you got to keep spreading that word because we got to get to that million before we want to do those plaques. We need to get there. We need to make it happen. We got to get to your friends, your family, your uncles, your aunts, your grandmas, your grandpas, great-grandparents, and all the grandparents in the whole world that had chinchilla babies that were morphed into baby marsupilami that became fucking squirrels, and the squirrels ate the other squirrels, and the squirrels found acorns in someone's ass, and they became mutated mailmen. The mailmen, them too, they subscribed. When they subscribed, the donkey came down the street, was like, what's going on down here? And then he read the donkey down the street, and the donkey had babies, and the babies subscribed to it because they always subscribed, and all the grandparents told all the other donkeys on there, they subscribed. Every freaking woodland creature, and the awesome marsupilami, and all the fucking animals in the whole world subscribed. If they can do it, you can do it. Cats, dogs, and animals, and all bears and tigers, and all of them can do it. And they can jump in your cabinets and shit in your cabinets, and they can pee on your floors. They will still subscribe. So you guys subscribe to South the world right now. Subscribe to Kruse Control, everybody. As you do that, we'll get bigger and bigger. We'll get there.
He did all that, and his hair did not move at all. Like it's like this.
That's a serious amount of hairspray.
What he said.
It's a lot of
Tracy May, friend of the show.
Tracy May.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. Not sponsored. Anyways, everybody, been a long show. Thank you for being here as always. Until Wednesday, though. See ya.